And we are live, but with a 30-second delay. So you're going to be seeing us 30 seconds after we're going to talk to you. So keep in mind when you are posting messages in the thread, it will be at least 30 seconds delay. So if we don't get to your question or answer something right away, it's because we're not seeing it for probably a minute. So welcome to Feature Friday here in Trailblazing Leaders. I am with my top badass queen, someone who I could chat with 24/7, and I'm pretty sure we got the 24 down the last 24 hours. Samantha Parker, welcome.
Hey, I'm pretty sure we did. If you stay up talking to W till 2 a.m. for 4 hours last night, yes, we definitely chat. We chatted it up.
You're one of the privileged few who's actually gotten to witness my poor husband just couldn't hang, and he eventually started snoring. He was in bed next to me. He's like, forget it, I'm done. I can't. You got me.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got it up on my phone too, so if there are comments, I'll watch for them.
Good. Okay. Yeah, because for some reason, the discussion is actually not loading on my computer, which does not surprise me. Can we just talk a little bit about being an online business owner and how you are absolutely at the grace of Mercury fucking whatever, and how it's been such a nightmare for us? We love each other, but I don't think we would spend 24 hours straight talking to each other if we truly didn't have to. Could we just talk about that a little bit, Sam?
Oh, I totally agree. So last night, and that's why I posted in my group, the Badass Bosses, that Debbie Pace was my hero, because she literally sat and helped me like download a file that like is corrupted, and hopefully it will be saved, but we'll see. And download a file that like is corrupted. Oh, Debbie, you have to turn your sound off.
I know, I'm trying. Here we go. There, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
So Debbie spent 4 hours with me last night just talking to me, and we chatted and we created great life plans, and we drank too much wine, hence the small headaches today, but it was awesome, and I would do it again in a second.
So I love the idea that that we really have no control over pretty much anything. And, we just did this workshop yesterday, a mindset workshop, which I thought it was pretty off the charts. I mean, I really thought that there was so much value packed in this $29 workshop. And so we were so excited too to bring it to people who have purchased it but couldn't actually be on the workshop itself. And so part of the technology bugs that we've had to work through have been so indicative of things that as an online entrepreneur, as any business owner has to go through. It's like, you know what, there comes a point where you have to just step back and laugh. Yeah, I mean, how much have you done that today?
Oh my gosh, I've been dying today. So like this morning I was trying to turn cartoons on for my son, and like the TV wouldn't work, and then like it won't connect, like the apps won't connect. But that's just, I don't even know. I was just like, you can watch a movie, we can watch old school DVDs. But like, so I had that, and then like my booking system that like just kind of automates everything for me, like started booking people over the top of each other, but here's the great thing about it is I was like, oh my God, why would you do that? And then I was like, I just had people pay me to like appointments because I know I can help them. And it was just a simple message reaching out and being like, hey, I'm sorry it booked you over the top. Can I push you back a little bit? I mean, really in the whole big scheme of things, like it's not that big of a deal. In fact, like it's kind of awesome that people booked over the top of each other. I'm like, wow, so you just have to take a second. I've had some links that didn't go out right to one of my clients' posts, and I was like, I think we just need to like dial it down today. My son was really sick last night too, on top of everything. So like I was up with him a few times, but he's doing great this morning. He's just home with me. But I'm like, I think we'll just go ride the train at the mall, and eat some pizza. That's what we're going to do today.
Yeah, I mean, there comes a point where you say, and I think I'm there too. I have a family member who's actually coming to visit today, and I just have gotten to the point where it's like, you know what? I think it's maybe sometimes the universe sends a sign that we need to actually take a freaking break. Like maybe it's time to step away and human for a while.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's funny. I have family coming today too. I have my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law coming to stay. And then my other sister-in-law, she lives here where I do. And she just had a baby. They're cute little babies in the NICU, but I think he's coming home today. It's so cute. But And then my grandma called this morning and she's like, we're going to have a family dinner tomorrow night because my cousin and her kids are coming. And I was like, oh, I can't do all this. So I'm like, I definitely feel like the Mercury retrograde just saying, okay, pause. And it's going to be okay. We're just going to, I can't be in all these places at once. Maybe we'll go hide. I think I messaged you and said I was going to go hide at the spa.
Yeah, I think I want to go with you.
Relates to the train at the mall eating pizza, but that's okay.
Well, there is there's a lot to be said though about knowing your limits and knowing your boundaries. But I think a lot of people may not know quite the badass that you are. And I swear sometimes you don't have any boundaries. You don't have any limits. You are constantly creating and inventing and moving forward. Tell everyone a little bit or a lot about what it is that you do. Give us the whole Samantha Parker becomes a badass story. Where does it start?
Where does it start? Well, it starts in the womb at birth. No. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So
this one time at band camp.
Yeah. I'm like, how far back are we going? So, and I'm like, if we want to go really far back, I mean, I don't know how old my soul is. I mean, we could really go into this, Debbie. But so I quit kind of my 9-to-5 job. Like call it it was like 9 to 2 a.m. and every weekend, type of thing. I quit that in May of 2015. Seems like a whole nother lifetime ago too. I'm like, what? That was like 2 years ago. But and I just kind of set out and I was like, I'm going to start my own business. And I mean, there's been so many growing processes from that. But so I created and started Hype Social Strategies, which is my social media management business. I take management clients up the wazoo. I love my social media clients, and I'm starting to bring on hiring a VA, like my own personal assistant this week, a virtual assistant. And I have like some graphic designers and copywriters and things like that work with me. But then
that's a huge step. Can we just pause for a sec? That's a huge step for a business owner who is like stepping back. I'm sorry, I'm getting like amazing here.
You sound great to me. So.
Okay, I can hear me through your computer. So maybe you want to turn your volume down just a little bit. But I think I think that's a huge step for any business owner. We become business owners because it's like, well, I can do it better. Somewhere, somehow, we've all said, I can do it better. If I want to do things, I got to do them myself. Tell us a little bit about stepping back and actually handing off something to somebody. That's a big step.
Well, so for me, it's like I want to do more, and I want to put more of my time inside of like my Badass Bosses community and inside of Badassery Magazine, which we haven't touched on yet. But I want to put more of my time into that. And so it really kind of clicked with me. I did the workshop with Amethyst Mahoney about it was scheduling. I can't remember what it was called, but I loved it. It was a scheduling workshop, and I realized that my time blocks were full. And she said something like, I always said, can we get more blocks in our days? And she said, if you give those blocks to someone else, more blocks are created. And I was like, oh, duh. And at that point I was like, this is a no-brainer. I'm like, I want to do more work with my community. I don't want to be like always just, back here doing all this back end stuff. And I'm like, someone else can do that for me.
Yeah.
And then I can spend more time working, like putting out new offers, creating new things, reinventing myself, attending more workshops, leveling up, like I always say all the time. I can spend more time doing that. So really, it's not that I'm like stepping back. I feel like I'm stepping in.
Right. Well, and you're stepping into a lot of things. Let's just give, because I know some people don't know you. And it's like, I'm a big deal online, but some people might not actually know who I am and everything that I do. So tell us. There's a lot of people that don't know who I am. Yeah. Well, so tell us what you do. Tell us all about Badassery Magazine and all the amazing projects that you're working on.
So our first issue was June of 2016, so just last year. And we started this magazine. It's all digital. It's called Badassery Magazine. You can get it at badasserymag.com. And hey, if you guys are watching live too, I'm watching on my phone, so tap the hearts so we can see who's here, and feel free to pop comments in too. But so I started the magazine, and then I brought, I have a co-founder, Kathy Rasmussen, who so we kind of done it together, and it's just turned into this super awesome thing. But I'm the editor for Badassery Magazine. I approve all the content, and I do so much with it. We have, even Badassery t-shirts. It's like really turned into a brand, and we love it. You okay over there?
I am. I'm sorry. I'm having, I can't even tell you the technical issues we're having. Can you turn this light off, please? So I had to actually have there we go. I had to have my amazing tech guy, also known as my husband and the man wears many hats. I had to have him bring his laptop in so I could actually see, because the feed is not loading on not in any browser I can pull. It is not loading on my phone. So I was like, you know what? I know we've got enough computers in this house. Somebody's got something that's going to work, and I'm going to bring it in. So I'm sorry for the distractions there. It was really important that I be able to see what's going on the feed as well. So, and I know you can probably see it, but I can't, and so I need to see it too, right? It's like share the love. Yeah. All right, so keep talking. I'm sorry for distracting, but I know there's a lot of badassery that needs to come out, so let's chat about this. Did I lose you?
You're just frozen, but I think we're still good.
Oh.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
So just repeat your question for me.
Okay, so I think there's a lot of, first of all, I apologize for the distractions. I don't know if you heard that, but I think there's a lot of stuff that you're working on, and a lot of things are attached to Badassery Magazine, but some things aren't either. And so I really want everyone to get a feel for all of the things that you do, because you're constantly putting calls out for people to contribute and to do other things. And so I would love to have this as an opportunity for you to reach out to people, for people to see what you do, and then also to be potential contributors and help out in any way.
Oh, well, we haven't even brought up the podcast, so we have the Badassery podcast too, which is pretty awesome. And Deb is our, what did you call yourself? You chief?
Oh my God. Well, as far as that, I don't know. What am I? The technical director? I'm the chief empowerment officer, though. Of Blazing Boy. Yeah. But
anyway, so Deb is our technical director, I guess, for the podcast. She does all of the technical work of the sounds and behind the scenes. So we're always looking for podcast guests. We're always looking for contributors to the magazine. We're always taking sponsors as well, sponsor spots in our magazine. Basically, like if you have a business and you want to talk about it, come to us. We're the place for you.
Okay, cool. It might be, there we go. I'm just going to not even try to put this up on my computer. So maybe that was causing me to freeze or be pixelated. So the podcast is awesome, by the way. I'm so excited about it. I've listened to the episodes so many times, well, the ones that are finished, and I just laugh. All I do is laugh all the time, and I'll replay stuff even if I don't need to go through and edit it again. I'll just keep replaying it. I think there's so much value, but it's wrapped in fun and like irreverence, and there's so many shockable moments. You're like, oh my God. And it's just, I love it. And, I have to listen to my own voice through it too, but it's like, it is so much fun. And that's the level of stuff that you do though, Sam. That's what I want people to understand. It's like, everything that you do, you put that unique signature. It's like you elevate, you operate at such a truly authentic level. And that's something that I'm always telling people as well, which is like, if you show up as you're going to pull in the people who you need to work with, the people whose vibe, who get your vibe, who you enter, you're like energy sensitive with, and all that stuff. And so that's why I think it's so important. You're like rocking it. You are totally nailing your space. And so let's talk a little bit about, well, let's talk a little bit more about some of the other things that you have going on besides Badassery Magazine and the podcast. Did you actually tell people about contributing or anything like that?
Yeah, so we take contributors all the time. You can email us at hey@badasserymag.com. If you go to the website, badasserymag.com, you can find everything you're looking for, how to contribute, what we look for, yada, yada. There's even like a downloadable PDF checklist to make sure you submit everything. But yeah, so we are always, the question, this is interesting. I think I'm gonna have to get used to like doing this Be Live TV, because the questions pop up in front of my face here and then they're like on the phone down there and I'm like, what's happening? But badasserymag.com. We always are looking for contributors. If you have something, like, just read the magazine too, and it kind of gives you a feel. We love to hear people's stories. We love to have articles that are inspiring, inspirational. It doesn't even have to be about business. like we always love cocktail recipes, or like food recipes, self-care, self-love, like anything that you write about that you're an expert in, we love to see it. We can't take every article we get, but we do our best to like really like, showcase you as well. So if you do get picked as a contributor, you have shout outs all month long. Like we really make it. So Badassery Magazine, it's digital, it's on the computer, but really it's about building a community around it, and we want to support you. So just because you gave us an article doesn't, like, we don't write you off. Like, we showcase you all month. We talk about you. We really want to connect with you. We want to give people the opportunity to connect with you. And so Emma has commented.
I love how you guys, it's okay. There's a delay between you and I, plus a delay on Facebook. Plus it's like, it's going to be interesting to watch, right? I love how you guys do that though. So I read the magazine cover to cover just because I think the articles are such high quality. I mean, we get such an insight into people's lives that we wouldn't normally get. And so I do read the magazine a couple of times, but what's really cool is throughout the month, you guys are dropping like, hey, are you having this issue? Or, hey, did you ever want to know more about this? Or, so I love that you do that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, because it's not about us, and it's not about like the Badassery Magazine, and it's about the people that put their articles and their sponsors and stuff in it. So Amethyst commented, I'm finishing my sponsor spot right now. I get so many people to my community from Badassery Magazine. So, and she does, and that's awesome. That's what it's about. It's like, hey, look at this person. It's not about me and growing my business. It's about us helping you grow yours. Yeah. And then Andre said, hold
on, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, hold on, we'll get to that in a second. So the thing is, with your community, I love that everyone in there is collaborating. Like if you see us one place, chances are you see us. There's like a group of us that are constantly supporting each other. And I think as leaders, we're teaching people that it's okay. You don't have to come from scarcity. You can totally be abundant and you can totally rock your space. And there's plenty of room for everyone else who's rocking theirs. We can actually do it together.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Amen.
So we have questions about, high five, right? We have questions about what this platform is called. It's BeLive.tv, which is actually up in, all right, I got to do this on hold on, where's the cowboy? We got the cowboy. Okay. So it's actually up in this corner over here. There we go. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I see it.
You see it? Okay. So on the live thing, it's like trying to point with a 30-second delay with the camera reversed is a little bit fun. So I'm going to, hopefully we got it on the right side, but it's above it's above this shoulder.
It's right above here.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even tell them because I'm reversed, so I don't even know which one they're looking at. It's like this one.
You can see it. It's like obviously there. I've even seen some people who use this BeLive TV. It puts like a banner at the bottom, like has their names and stuff. I was like, that's fancy smancy.
That is, I think there's an option to do that. I saw that. But the thing is too, I think I want to share with people that this is actually beta testing for this platform. So we have technology issues where we sign in and then it tells me the broadcast ended, even though, it's still going and the link is active. And so bugs can happen. It could cut off at any point in time. I mean, it's beta. This is a free platform. We're testing it out. We're like, oh yes, I'll be in, try me. So we're bringing it to you, but it is still in the testing phase. So, just if you can be a little understanding that things might not always be like right on time, or there could be some glitchy issues, but hey, the point is we're side by side and this is awesome technology. So we're really excited to bring it to you.
Cool. It's a button that you push. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll figure it out eventually. I was kind of wondering how like Facebook is reacting to this. If this is something that they allow. I mean, obviously they are, but I was like, I wonder when the Facebook Nazis are going to be like, no go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll figure out a way to monetize it for themselves. I'm sure. But look, there's going to be hacks anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm sure we'll figure it all out and find a way around it. So, but let's talk a little bit about more. I know you've got like some big events coming up, and there's like so much going on in your space that I want everyone to know about. So tell us more. What's going on?
What's going on for us? Like immediate actions in the next couple weeks. We'll be taking another round of podcast interviews. Going forward from there, we like to just like throw out new stuff all the time. So I'm like, if you want to see what we're doing, you need to be in the Facebook group, The Badass Bosses, of course. And I think you probably are if you're watching this because you're awesome. And
if you're not in there, get there.
Yeah, but so we have, I think our big thing this year that we're doing is in April, we have the retreat, the Badassery retreat. And that's really pretty awesome. It's actually in Deb's hometown, her home city, in Florida. So it's going to be sunny and nice. And we're going to hang out in the sand. We rented just a house. And it's kind of like, you know, I want to call it like girlfriend weekend style almost, you know, where like we're all getting together. But there are going to be like some workshops, and then too, you're going to be like, I'll be there. Amethyst Mahoney's coming. You're going to be there, Deb. There's, you know, we're about half sold out right now. But, you know, it's like fun. We're having a private chef come in. I think that's our plan right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's really cool. The house is awesome. So there's hot tub, pool, and like you can just see the ocean right from the pool. So we're like on the ocean. But it's going to be fun. Plus, like, having just like being around like all these different people who are working hard in their businesses and they're doing all these awesome things, it's going to be an awesome like mastermind weekend. So there's going to be lots of fun, lots of wine, you know, some tarot cards. We're going to have like lots and lots of fun. Badass slumber party. That's basically, I'm like, what's the word I'm thinking of when people get together and sleep over? It's a sleepover.
It is, but you know, it's kind of like anything that you touch though, there's so much value add. So even the whole intention was just to have it be getting a lot of feedback. Even if the original intention was just to have it be a slumber party of online entrepreneurs all gathering together, just by default, there would be so much learning, so much experience, so much just up leveling. So even that aside, from the fact that we have some things that we're putting together as far as workshops and learnings and stuff like that, I mean, I think it's going to be off the charts. I'm excited. I am so excited to meet everybody in person. No more virtual hugs. It's going to be amazing.
Right? I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to meet all my favorite people in person. Okay, so I just put the link down there if anyone wants to check it out.
Awesome. Okay. Good. Perfect. So join us, but you know, spots are very limited. This is not one of those little, I love to say it's like not one of those little scarcity tactics. Truly, it's like there are not many left. And so if you want in on this, now's kind of the time to sign up because the Badass Bosses, first of all, I think it's really cool. Your group, the Badass Bosses, you're almost at 1,000. You are almost there. How does that feel? Because the whole group, building your group thing is such a big thing for people. How does that feel for you?
Oh my God, it's so cool. Like, I think back when I was like, we had like a couple hundred and I was like, oh, and I'm like, we got to grow the group. But then too, I still do the same thing where like, I'm looking around and I'm looking in groups that have 40,000 people. And I'm like, oh my God, we're like a blip on the radar. But then I'm like, you know, Kathy and I, the co-founder of Badassery Magazine, we sat down and we talked and we thought like, how big do we really want this group to be? Because we want it to be quality over quantity. You know, I don't approve everyone to come in. Like I do like a quick little profile scan. It's pretty open though. I mean, like we're not like just closing down the gates, but you know what I mean? I keep it spam free. And I keep it strange, you know, creepers free too. Like no creeping in my group, you guys. Creepers need not apply. But you know, we talked and we thought like, how big does a group want to be? Because so many of the groups are so big, you know, that like you post something, you ask a question, you're either inundated with people that are like, I can do this for you, pay me. I can do this for you, pay me. Or you're like, nothing. You get nothing from it, you know, because it's just gone in the mass of things. So we like really want to focus on just nurturing that community, and it doesn't have to be thousands of people. So to be like almost at 1,000, we're like, oh my God, that's so awesome. You know, like we love where we're at right now because we're not looking to be that 40,000 group.
Yeah, because I think even we have these conversations in the group, which is as you are growing, you tend to, a lot of these really large groups tend to be so impersonal, and it's people are just there. And then there are like the restrictions that you have to put on, because honestly, to keep any quality in a group that grows to such a massive size is a challenge. And there are tons of admins, and so there's inconsistencies and stuff. And I know that, like, even for this group, I just prize every member of this group. They're so special, and I think I want to bring you valuable content, and I want to help you up level, and I want to make sure that this is a safe space for you, that you feel like you can share, that you feel like you can grow, and also that you feel like you're valued and valuable, so you have something to share with other people. So how do you approach that in your group?
So our group is like promo, like you can promote, and I don't have restrictions on, like, I don't put up the posts that are like, this thread is only, you can only use this thread to tell us about your business and things like that. So, I just promote, I'm like, please introduce yourself, please interact with us, please tell us what you're working on. And because literally we want to know what you're doing. What do you do? Like, what kind of message do you have to share? So if people in the group, like, and I hate when they'll put up posts like, please delete if this is not allowed. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? But I think that we've all gotten to that scarcity mindset in groups. And it's like, I think our big group rule, it's like, don't be a dick. So we just ask you, don't be a dick. I'm like, tell us about your business, but just don't be a dick.
Yeah. It's not that hard to just not be, just how about just be you? Chances are you're not going to be. I think there's so much that people probably don't know about you, but what I would like for everyone to hear and to just have you talk a little bit about is the badassery, the term in general. So, we all have different versions and visions of ourselves. So what is it about Samantha that made you feel like badassery is the way to go? Everything is badass. Like, I totally identify with this. What makes you badass and the face of badassery?
I think it's I am an action taker. I'm like, I have these ideas and I'm like, okay, we're going to do it. We don't sit around and think about it. I don't sit around and worry about what to call something. I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do and we're going to do it. Okay, I have to just for 1 second. Sorry.
Sure. Hey, no problem. So also, guys, look, if you're not in the Badass Bosses, feel free to go over, check it out. She does have a contributor form for Badassery Magazine. So we'll make sure we post that in if it's not in. And then the slumber party retreat, you're definitely going to want to be in on that if you're badass, but it is women only, just so you know. It's an all female. So we know men can be totally badass, but we don't want you here. Okay. So that wouldn't probably, the only man is actually going to be the chef. So, but he's married and his wife will be there, so it's all good. But you're definitely going to want to be in the groups because you are absolutely the makeup of everyone that you surround yourself with. So, if you're playing at a low level, low energy, and people aren't taking action, chances are you're going to consistently show up that way. But if you are surrounded by people who are totally high level, constantly taking action, and just really performing, then that's how you're going to show up. Even if that's something that hasn't naturally been your path, you just by design and by default, you can't help it but just elevate.
Well said, Debbie.
Yay. Okay. So, so I guess we should wrap this up here shortly. I normally like to keep it about a half an hour. So what would you say? Amethyst said her husband would be like, yeah. Well, we haven't hired the chef yet. Although my husband, boo, no, man. Sorry, guys, we love you, but this is a place where you're not invited. You're not invited. So what else?
Yeah, that would be weird if someone showed up with their husband.
Yeah, I know. Like, hey guys. Oh, okay. We've got this special cottage down the road for you. So what?
We'll go till 6.
That's right. I don't want to leave her though, Samantha, with people not really knowing everything that you do, which I'm not sure if we could actually fit into this brief time period, but I want to give them a great picture of who you are and everything you're doing. So is there anything that we haven't touched on yet that you're like, oh, this is absolutely something we need to talk about?
So I guess we haven't touched, like, we have the private membership group as well, called Level Up. And I know Debbie's in the group. And that's something, it's closed right now, but it will be open again at the end of April. So for new members, and that's really cool. I mean, it's just a business building mastermind. Every month, we have Zoom calls, we do all these things together, and we kind of just are really trying to push your business no matter where you're at and push you to take those actions and go to the next level.
Yeah, and it is, let me tell you something, that is like, it's like some serious action taking in there. I mean, it's like goal setting. You're going to get real with your goals, real with your shit. You're going to really see where you are and get really solid action plans for moving forward. I think that was probably one of the best decisions I've made in my business life, was to get in there. And honestly, I mean, what is it? I don't know how much the monthly membership is like for the next one, but it's ridiculously inexpensive.
Yeah, it's $34 a month.
Like I can't even, it's just amazing, all the value in there. And so, I mean, I can't promote it enough. Everything that you do, it's like, you get those people where you just see that most of the things that they do are gold. And yes, there's stuff under the surface we don't see that it's like, it feels like it totally bombs and stuff like that. But if somebody who's really high caliber is putting their name on things, chances are it's going to be totally badass. And that's how I feel about all of your stuff. So I highly recommend that people reach out to contribute to Badassery. You're welcome. Who really just try and be a guest. But the thing is, what's that?
Don't you have a pretty awesome program?
Well, I do, actually. Mine's about visibility. It's Comfortable on Camera, which, by the way, is rolling out on Monday. And I'm only accepting 25 people because it's something that's very intimate, and it needs to be, because we're doing on-camera work in a very small, comfortable group. People are stepping outside their comfort zones, so we're busting through a lot of stuff, as well as really learning the technological stuff so that people can feel comfortable pressing play, pressing go live, and just not worry about, oh my God, the technology is going to blow up in my face. Because even if it does, you get strategies for nobody's going to take away my birthday and I'm still going to show up tomorrow. So it's an amazing program. What I'm doing, though, because my website blew up just before I got on here and it wasn't working, so I wasn't able to get the sales page link fixed up. I'm telling you, I'm just like, Mother Nature, you win, mother. You win, mother. So what I'm doing, though, is I'm having people reach out to me in private message. So, and I do a direct link, direct payment right through Messenger. So it's very, very easy. You don't have to go clicking through. All the information is in the message. So it's right there. You don't have to keep clicking around because nobody's got time for that. So yes, I love it. Comfortable on Camera. It starts on Monday if you want to message me. But Samantha, if somebody was to do one thing, because you've got so much amazeballs stuff going on, what would you say if you do nothing else from watching this and you want to be in my community? What would they do?
They would go to Badass Bosses and join. But I think the best thing that people can do for their life, their business, anything, is just to be consistent. Like, I hate nothing more than people that come to me and they're like, I'm not getting sales, nothing's working, no one's joining my group. I put out this offer and no one bought it. And I'm like, well, have you worked on growing your community, and how many times did you actually talk about the offer? So I think people, they don't realize that they have to be consistent. Like, if I'm once a month, I was like, oh, here's a little magazine, no one would know about it. Like, you have to be consistent and you have to show up every single fucking day. That's it, period, end.
Yep. Boom, mic drop. So, so Amethyst says nothing is working today. I actually saw, Amethyst, that you posted something about somebody I forget what you posted. It was one of the separate services messed up something that you had sent out, and it's all over. I swear, when I hit the end button on this, you might not see me today, tomorrow, maybe not till Monday. I'm always preaching be visible, be online, but there comes a time where I say, Mother Nature, whatever it is, Mother Universe, I am not worthy. I am no match for you. I've got wine, an amazing family, and plenty to do. You win. Why don't you just work it all out on your own over here? Disgust. All right. So did we miss any? Let me see. I'm going to make sure we got all the comments. Yeah, we're good. Okay, good. So are there any last words? Get in Badass Bosses if you're not in there. And everybody has an amazing message. If you haven't found yours, you know there are people all in the space that you can work with. We go through that stuff as well in the Comfortable on Camera. I know, Samantha, you are also working with people in Hype Social Strategies, which I don't even think we got to talk about. Tell us quickly about how you work with people through that, because was that your first, that was before Badassery, correct?
Yeah, so that's my business that I own. Badassery Magazine I co-own with Kathy Rasmussen. But yeah, Hype Social Strategy is my social media management business, and I take one-on-one clients all the time. So if you guys are struggling to get visible online, I can help you do that. We can set up a game plan, action, go. Like, I can do so many things. We just finished up our mindset workshop, and if the video decides to convert, you can also sign up and watch that replay. If not, we're just going to do it all again. So
yeah, it's crazy. It is so crazy because Zoom, it was done through Zoom, and you don't have just the free service. I mean, you pay. You're like a professional and shit. And so you've paid for this, and they've gotten, I think we're up, 3 levels now of people trying to work on it. They've got their engineers now trying to figure out what is up with the file. Like, they can't even fix their own shit right now. So it's like, it's not us. It's not us. So yeah, we're hoping, because that was amazing
people
stuff.
And I'm like, replay status update. No one knows.
I know. It's like, as the internet turns.
Yeah.
All right. So any last words before we shut down here today, Sam?
No, but thank you, Debbie. Debbie is seriously awesome person to have in your corner. Like, I don't know anyone who would ever offer to stay up till 2 a.m. helping you upload a file. I mean, we were having fun. Like, we drank a lot of wine, and like both of our husbands were even like hanging out. We were having like group wine night. I don't know what was going on, but seriously, Debbie, like, I just was like, I can't even believe that. I called you, you're a unicorn. You're like a mythical creature.
Wait, say that again. You were breaking up. What did you say?
I said you're a unicorn.
Oh, that's funny. Thank you. Am I sparkly or just like a plain old, I think I should be a teal
No, you're like
unicorn.
that mythical person that you don't really think exists, but you actually exist.
Oh, you should make me cry on my own interview live feed. Thank you so much. But for me, it was a no-brainer. When somebody comes into your space who really touches you, it's just instant. And, Mark, I had wine in here. We had just sat down outside to have a nice quiet evening. We're like, oh, the kids are down. Let's have some wine. No, seriously, we'll have some wine. And you sent me this text of like, I think my file's broken or whatever you said. And I was like, oh, hell no, we are not letting this happen. And I like jumped up, and Mark goes, where are you going? And I said, she needs me. I gotta go. He goes, what? I said, you know something? I mean, he didn't really fight me. He knows. He's married to me after all. He kind of knows what I do. And I said, look, when somebody needs help, this is a technology thing. We're going to bring in all the big guns. I brought him in. He eventually was like trying to work to help you fix it too. But it's a no-brainer. And that's what I want people who are watching, who are in our space, to understand. Like, this is all right. So Mark just said Debbie often makes me cry too. But I don't think it's the good cry. Is it a good cry? I'm hoping it's the good cry. I could go either way. I got like 50-50 today.
He's like in the bathroom hiding. Debbie's so mean, right? Debbie's so mean.
It's locked. He's doing his crying game. Why is Debbie? The crying
That's
game.
hilarious. Okay, I'm sorry. I just couldn't.
All right. So I thank you for taking time out of your day. I know that you've been a little backed up with the technology stuff not working. So I do appreciate that you coming on here and letting us all know how badass you are. And so if anyone has questions, I do encourage them, if they're not in your Badass Bosses group, to get there, to connect if they feel like your message spoke to them and they want to work with you. Please don't be a stranger in this group, in this community, because we're all energetically connected. And I'm really hoping that we can see more of you instead of you seeing more of us. All right. So guys, I'm going to get out. Sam, any last words?
No, thank you, Debbie. It's always a pleasure.
All right. Thank you. Everyone have an awesome day. If you have any questions or if you want any follow-up, just let us know. And also, if you would like to be right in that seat on Feature Friday, drop me a message. Let me know, Debbie, I want in. Please schedule me. Tell me all about what makes you a trailblazing leader and why you need to be on this, and showcase your gifts and share them with the world, because we're not the same without the gifts that you came here to give us. So please share. Don't be a stranger, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.